Dinner Evangelista, left fullback, 17 years old, Brazilian. Another Brazilian is joining the Chelsea Brazilian contingent. Estevão William, Andrei Santos, Washington. Now the question is, where are all of these Brazilian players now? In the meantime, Chelsea managed to react and boost their confidence with an easy win against Southampton in the previous days. Was it because the Chelsea fans were protesting outside Stamford Bridge just before the match? Did the Chelsea supporters manage in a way to motivate the players? Welcome back, guys, welcome back to another video of the Color is Blue CFC. It's been a while since my last video and I apologize for that. I had to say it's been a very tough week for me recently. But let's get to business and let me tell you all the latest stories of Chelsea Football Club. Starting from the latest transfer news. Well, as I mentioned earlier, Chelsea struck a deal with Corinthians for a left fullback, Brazilian Dinner Evangelista, just age 17, in a deal worth 11.5, a 7-8 years contract, I believe. Now, of course, we are all expecting another young to belong out somewhere out there, either Strasbourg or God knows where. That is the same old story when Chelsea is buying these young players. The story doesn't change, guys, it's the same. Well, in the meantime, Estevão William is shining at Palmeiras in Brazil, proving eventually, hopefully, to be worth 51 million that Chelsea paid for him. The problem is that all of these talented players that are coming to Chelsea, initially they are all labeled super talent, but as soon as they start to play for Chelsea, they got no chances to shine, they got no chances to prove themselves, or they play for any other team out there except Chelsea. Who is motivating the club? Who is really motivating the club? Rather than us? The owners? The owners, are they motivating the club? You see what they done in sporting directors. Another young boy, 17 years old, coming from Brazil, joining a Brazilian contingent that doesn't even exist. We got none of them playing for Chelsea right now. Andrei Santos is doing extremely well for Strasbourg, but it's not Chelsea. Previous this week, Chelsea managed to win comfortably against Southampton to leave behind a bit of a terrible time. We lost 2 consecutive matches against Brighton and another defeat against Aston Villa. And that was a really struggling time for Chelsea. But I have to say personally that one of the reasons why Chelsea players reacted in a very good way, performing extremely well against Southampton, was because of the protest outside Stamford Bridge. I believe personally that Chelsea, by protesting, by putting pressure on the Chelsea owners, sporting directors, manager and players, and managed to actually make them understand the importance of winning games. In a post-conference, straight after match against Southampton, Maresca said that he wasn't aware of the supporters being outside Stamford Bridge protesting. Personally, I think that he was aware of the supporters outside Stamford Bridge. Pretty much sure about it. Failing to qualify for the Champions League for the third consecutive time for Chelsea will be a disgrace. Well, Maresca overall admitted that the connection between Chris Nkunku and Cole Palmer has not worked very well at all. But we need to remember that Christopher Nkunku is not really a striker. And we get all the time to the same issue, that we need a striker. We are waiting for Nicola Jackson, which is a bit more of a striker. But deep inside, if you check at the striker option we have a really good striker right now. Think about it. Chelsea apparently is also linking to a new goalkeeper. And they are looking at the possibility of recruiting Bart Verbruggen, Brighton Albion goalkeeper. Now, we have a sister team, Strasbourg, with Petrovic playing fantastically well, doing extremely well, and Andre Santos doing extremely well. But they are not playing for Chelsea, they play for Strasbourg. We have so many players coming from Brighton already. They come from Brighton. We're still interested in buying players from Brighton conveniently. But every time we play Brighton, we crashed. Well, in a few coming days, against Copenhagen, in the Europa Conference League, Chelsea will be without 6 key players, I believe. But please don't carry on bringing in excuses. We play Copenhagen. We play Copenhagen, not Real Madrid, not Barcelona. We play Copenhagen. And remember that in June we are likely to compete in a World Cup club. And we must kick on. We must realize that if we don't wake up, if we don't develop in a better team, we'll get nowhere. Nowhere. And then we have all these media reporters out there complaining that us, Chelsea fans, we are too demanding. Demanding what? We have someone like Simon Jordan telling us to pack it in and behave like supporters and not being plastic fans. What the hell are you talking about, brother? What the hell are you talking about? What team do you support? So what should we do? Archive 20 plus years, which is more than that, of success, to go back to the 80s, as he suggested, and remember that we used to play in the second division. So we should be there, looking down and say, let's wait another 10 years. Don't you understand that in the last 30 years, Chelsea has built prestige? It's an elite team. Why should us not want to be recognized again as a top team? Why should we accept Chelsea to play this way? You tell me why. Then it comes to motivation. And that's where I'm getting back to what I said previously. The reason why Chelsea's reacted is because, ironically, by pressurizing them, we motivated them. We kicked them in the backside. We made them realize they should have played better. And they did play better. And you see the response on the pitch. With an easy win against Southampton. It's like a boy misbehaving. The father goes there and says, oh, wake up. No, we should be there. Waiting for another couple of matches to be, to go wrong. Waiting to be defeated again. And then what? Waiting for another year to come and hoping that things will get better? What the hell are we talking about? Why should I stay here? Analyzing. Analyzing what? The match against Southampton? Yeah, well, Cucurella played well. Levi Cole will play well. Nkunku score. But remember, guys, we played still against the bottom league team. The bottom of the Premier League team. The worst team in the Premier League. When we start to play well here? When we play Gravesend and Northfleet? When we start to play well here? You tell me. When we play Gillingham? When we start to play well? Well, I'll tell you what the reality is right now. The reality is that I don't think the owners of Chelsea FC will change at all. You've seen it. There is another young boy coming, another young player, another Chelsea product. This is like a factory here. They're gonna brand him now. They're gonna put a label on. Ready to be sold in the next 6-7 years. 7 years, 8 years contract, loaned out God knows where, and the story continues. On and on and on and on. I'm not the kind of sort of vlogger, guys, that I'm there telling you, oh, look who is coming, 15 years old, what a brilliant player, Messi, Maradona, blah, blah, blah. No. This is young players that haven't even reached an age to be mature enough to be called Messi, Maradona, Ronaldo. Now they are all Ronaldo, Messi. Wake up, guys. I'm here to tell you the reality. The reality is right now that we have a squad of 60 players and more to come, and more of these young players that will come next season, 10, 15 more. And it's like a distribution here continuously. It never ends. It never ends. I'll tell you the solution to fix things is to have one squad of 24 players. A decent manager that instead of saying we are ahead of expectation will say, I want to win the lot. Is to have determined players motivated by the manager, ready to achieve a Chelsea Football Club. Okay? Is to have owners that care about the club and love the club and became supporters before being investors. For all of you out there criticizing us for Chelsea fans to be demanding, well, let me tell you, you be the way you are, because we are real Chelsea fans here. We love this. We love this. This is stuck on our heart here, because we love this club. Have you seen the Chelsea owner wearing a kit or a hat sometime occasionally, just pretending? This is nothing more than an investment. Stop being business people. Love the club. Before you invest, love the club. Shrink the squad to a normal 24. Stop buying other squad, other team like Strasbourg, all the rest. Just focus on your own team, which is Chelsea, and manage to win with Chelsea. You want to get money out of your investment. I'll tell you the best way to do that. Win trophy, yeah, and build a new stadium. Focus on that too. Focus on winning trophy and build a new stadium. Stop thinking about buying another 16 years old player tomorrow, the day after. And label them. You label them, you put a bit of label Chelsea FC. 3-4 years time and you are 10 million more. I think you fail. I think you will fail. And most of those players will be finished before you even hope that they'll be the super talent. They'll be finished. Can you stay with the feet on the ground? Do you understand about football? I'm not here to tell you guys. I told you about this player that Chelsea has bought, 17 years old, and that's it. He's another young player, Brazilian, that he won't even most probably play for Chelsea. He won't even probably play for Chelsea. He'll be bought somewhere, stored, ironically talking, somewhere, and when it's time to sell it, go. That is frustrating. That is frustrating. That makes me ill. Well, let me tell you this. Martin Keown say that Chelsea owners have ripped the soul out of the club. But let me remind you guys that Chelsea owners so far haven't ripped the soul out of us Chelsea supporter, because the love for the club is here. I think there is a lot for Chelsea to achieve still. There is still a chance to get fourth in the Premier League if there is belief. There is still a chance, definitely a massive chance, to win the European Conference League trophy. That will make me very, very happy. And there is a good chance to do well. I don't think we'll win, but to do well in upcoming club, World Cup club competition this June, I believe. It's not far, but sooner or later we will start talking about that. Next game, guys, we'll be playing will be against Copenhagen away in the next European Conference League. There will be 2 games. The first one will be played away, and then we'll play them a week after at Stamford Bridge. Well, if Chelsea will not manage to get further in the European Conference League, I will feel ashamed. 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 Because there will be nonsense, honest God. Well, guys, we come to the end of this video. It was a pleasure to be with you today, and I'll see you next time. Ciao.